Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. Hope all are fine. Okay. Today we are going to discuss some important topic regards to the indifference curves, which is most important in the examination point of view, and they'll be asking this particular question frequently. They'll be asking. It might go for 4 marks also. Okay. So, in the past class we have seen the indifference map, which is also called as the family of indifference curves. Yes, why do we call the family of indifference curve? The reason is many indifferent curves are shown in that map. That is the main reason we call it as it is a family. Okay, it is a family of indifference curves. Okay. So in that case, we have also seen two different indifference curves. Okay, two different indifference curve will not be having same level of satisfaction, isn't it? So that thing we have seen. So considering that things, we shall move on forward looking into the features of indifference curves. What does the feature says? Okay, the first features of indifference curve. So here the first feature, if you see, indifferent curves slopes downwards from left to the right. So this is your left and this is your right. You have to consider in that fashion. You are standing and you are left and you are right, or you are sitting and you are viewing the indifference curve from left to the right. So this is the first particular feature which they are discussing. So from left to the right means, if you see, this is y-axis and this is x-axis and this is the origin, point of origin. So the curve which is called as indifference curve is moving from left to the right. Okay, so what does this curve says? What the changes takes place, which we have already knew these things, but still we are putting them in the form of features. Okay, so here you have x1 good and x2 good, x1 good and x2 good, which is towards x-axis is x1 and x2 is towards the y-axis. So now if you consider every single indifference curve, whichever the point that particular lies on the indifference curves, gives the what? Same level of satisfaction, isn't it? So we know that very clearly on any point on the indifference curves. See, I am pointing the points here. If any point on the indifferent curves gives the same level of satisfaction, isn't it? Because they are all lying on the same indifference curve. ಇದೇ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಒಂದೇ ಸಮಾಧಾನಕರವಾದಂಥ ತೃಪ್ತಿದಾಯಕವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಗುಡ್ 1 ಆರ್ ಗುಡ್ 2. Okay, and they have given here delta x2 and delta x1. That means what? For every single of product which is going to purchase, like x1 good, if you are purchasing, x2 good has to sacrifice. Understood? So this is the sacrificing nature and this is the gaining nature, we can say. So likewise, if you see, I have drawn one small curve here which is indifference curve. I should have labeled it. Yes, this is IC, which is indifference curve. Okay, same graph I have shown you. Okay, so to explain the things, so here the x2 good and x1 good, if you consider x2 and x2 good is being sacrificed for x1 amount of good. That means what? Greater amount of satisfaction is taking for the smaller amount of what is that changes takes place in the purchase of x1 goods. Again, the greater amount of what is that x1 is being purchased, again the few amounts of x2, which is the good 2, is to be sacrificed. Likewise it goes on. Okay, so it is gain and it is sacrifice, gain, sacrifice, gain, sacrifice. Okay, so likewise you can take this bigger one. Okay, it's bigger one if you take, yes. Okay, likewise if you keep on going, every single unit of sacrificing nature takes place for the gaining good. Okay, so let us see based on the points how the curve speaks also. The curve slopes from left to the right is convex to the origin. Yes, this is the origin and this is convex in nature. You know, it is convex in nature. If the curve is drawn like this, means just opposite to that, like this, that becomes concave to the origin. So it will not be always anytime concave, it will be convex to the origin. Okay, this is the origin and it is convex in nature. Second point, there is a inverse relation between good x and good y, hence it is sloping from left to the right, isn't it? There is an inverse relation here. If it is sacrificing, it has to gain. So sacrificing gain takes place in every single unit of consumptions. Understood? So that is the main reason it keeps sloping downwards. Okay, from left to the right. Okay, third point, and here all combination gives same level of satisfaction. Yes, we know very clearly any point on the indifference curves which are lying gives the same level of satisfaction, which we have already seen in indifference map, isn't it? So that is what the law of indifference curve says. Any point lies on the indifference curve gives the same level of satisfaction. Next, for having same level of satisfaction, good y has to sacrifice with good x, isn't it? That is what this is. Good y is sacrificing with good x. So much amount of good x is been purchased or consumed for sacrificing the nature of good y. Okay, so that is what here they are saying. X1 with respect to delta x1 means good x, the change in good x. Okay, the good y, the change in good y. Okay, so that is what it is. This is nothing but, as we know, MRS is equal to delta y divided by delta x, isn't it? Changes in x, changes in y. Same thing they have shown, putting x1 good and x2 good as in the curve. Okay, nothing to get confused. Okay, so it is very clear. You can also put here x1. Okay, for the x1 or x good you can put, delta x also you can put, y you can put, and delta y also you can put. Okay, so according to the this thing, what is that, your textbook, they have given in this fashion. That means small changes in good x, small changes in good y, or x2 second good, whichever it is there. So next we are move on to the another curve which is called as higher indifference curve gives greater level of satisfaction. Yes, here we have observed in the indifference map very clearly. If you see the view, you also can observe these things. The graph on the indifference map you have already observed. That means what? Every single good, whenever the consumer is ready to purchase, with every single minute of time or every single unit of time, the satisfaction level, what happens? It increases. Okay, it changes, because the reason might be his income level might be increased. Okay, or he has sacrificed certain goods and he wanted to consume only one good to get greater level of satisfaction. Okay, so a lot many things will be there, but in the same context, if you see, they are given here higher indifference curves gives the higher level of satisfaction or greater level of satisfaction. So you have a combinations here. You have the banana, you have mango, two goods which is facing here. Let us see what does the good says. A, combination A, when a consumer is ready to consume, he is consuming 1 unit of banana and he is consuming 10 unit of mango. Again, in the combination B, he is purchasing, same consumer is purchasing 2 units of banana and 10 units of mango. And C unit is, in the combination is there, consumption level, he is purchasing 3 units of banana and 10 units of mango. That means what? At every single minute of time, if you observe, there is no changes takes place in the mangoes, whereas banana there is a lot of changes is there. which means in this particular concept or in this particular graph, they have made that mango is constant. At any purchasing level from here to here, it is 10 units. Okay, it is 10 units, so it is constant. Putting one product as constant and seeing the other products combination, how it takes place. Okay, that gives the level of satisfactions on the two different goods or two particular commodities we can consider. So considering that, if you see, this is IC1, this is IC2, and this is IC3. What is IC? Indifference curve 1, indifference curve 2, indifference curve 3. Understood? So considering mango is a constant, okay, so this is a combination A, combination B, and combination C. So all the three combinations we have put here, and all the three combinations have same level of consumption, which is 10, 10, 10. Okay, only for what? It is for the good mango. Now coming to the banana, if you see, there is an increase is there. 1 unit of consumption of banana was the first initial stage. Second, it has been increased by 1 more unit, which is has changed to 2, and third unit of consumption has changed to 3. Okay, so that is what we say here. First unit, which is called as IC curve 1, second and third, which is 1, 2, 3. That means as and when the consumer is ready to purchase the what? Banana in every combinations, his level of satisfaction changes. That is what we have seen in indifference map also. Two different indifference curve. Two different indifference curve will not have same level of satisfaction, isn't it? This is one indifferent curve, this is one more indifferent curve, will have different level of satisfaction, isn't it? So here it is 1 means, and here it is 2, and here it is 3. That means what? Compared to first graph, the second graph, which is IC2, is greater in satisfaction. Okay, now comparing second graph with the third graph, if you see, third graph will give greater level of satisfaction compared to 2. Okay, so that means A is lesser than what? B, and B is lesser than C, which means C is greater than B and A. That means which is giving the greater level of satisfaction? This curve. Okay, this is giving greater level of satisfaction. So that is the reason we say higher indifference curve gives greater level of utility of satisfaction. So this is higher indifference curve, this gives greater level of satisfaction. Okay, so based on this, the points are there. Let us see also. Yeah, considering different combination ABC, as we have seen in that particular graph, ABC, the banana and mango combination ABC consists of same quantity, isn't it? So 10 units, 10 units, 10 units of what? Mango. There is no change, okay, for the all the quantities, whereas banana has different, isn't it? 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units. There are 3 particular units of combinations are there. Since combination B has more bananas than the combination of A, so B will have what? Higher level of satisfaction, isn't it? See this graph, as we have seen, banana is 2, isn't it? And banana is 1. Since it is 2, considering this is giving the higher satisfaction than this indifference curve. Now if you go for 3, which is for C combinations, it is giving 3 units of satisfaction compared to the B, which is 2 units of satisfaction. So we can conclude and say that this is giving higher level of satisfaction compared to A and B. Okay, next, after that you have, yes, as I said you, therefore B will lie on the higher level of indifference curve than A. Next, C, as I said you now, C combination will have higher level of satisfaction than B and also lie on the higher indifference curve, okay, than B. So this is about the Higher indifference curve gives higher level of satisfaction or greater level of satisfaction. Next point we discuss, two different curves or two indifference curves never intersect each other. Yes, here you should observe two indifference curve will never intersect. Yes, some point might be rising in your mind stating that, sir, then you have made it intersected. No, yes, we have to see the intersection point and we have to observe what happens exactly. That is the main reason we will do the intersection and we will see. Okay, so let us see what happens in this graph. Two indifference curve never intersect each other. Yes, if it intersect, what happens? See, if two indifference curve meet each other, it leads to the conflict. Okay, ಜಗಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗ್ತದೆ if two indifference curves are meeting. If you consider this two curves, sorry, this point I would have done here. Okay, so this is the point of the consumption level. Okay, if you consider that, this is one indifference curve, okay, which is IC2, this is, and this is IC1, isn't it? Indifference curve 1 and indifference curve 2. So here on this indifference curve 1 you have point A and you have point C. 2 points are lying on the single indifference curve, which is IC1. Now again, if you see IC2, both are intersecting here. Since it is intersecting, A can also be used as for IC2 point, isn't it? So A and B are the 2 points lying on the indifference curve IC2. Okay, so now combination of purchase, let us see. 7, 10, that means 7 unit of X, 10 unit of Y. If you consider, okay, 7 unit of X and 10 unit of Y, which is A in first IC1. Okay, in the same first IC1, if you see C combination, 9 unit of X, okay, 5 unit of Y. Now coming to the IC2, same unit of A combination takes place, 7 and 10, since it is intersecting. Next, the B point, okay, on this combination you have 9, 7, that means X units of 9 and Y units of 7. Okay, so now what happens exactly? Why they are saying they are getting conflict? See, I'll draw the line here so that you can clearly observe what exactly happens. Okay, so this should be exactly straight. Okay, this should be exactly straight, so the point you can put here. So in urgency I have drawn, but the graph should be clear. This point and this point should be same. Okay, both should be same. Okay, so in that case, again I'll draw one more point here, line here. Okay, so now if you see, this is origin and this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, so if you observe here in the two indifference curves, when they are intersecting, IC1 is combination with 7 and 10 and 9 and 5. Okay, fine. Okay, and this is also intersecting, which is IC2, which is 7 and 10 point A, and B is 9 and 10. Since A equal to C, okay, in IC1, let me write here, A equal to C in IC1. Okay, IC1, A equal to C, and A equal to B in IC2, A equal to B in IC2, and B equal to C should have to take place, right? B equal to C should also be equal, isn't it? According to the mathematical activity, if you see this curve, which is A and C, which lies in IC1, and A and B, which lies in IC2, both are equal. Since A equal to C and A equal to B, B should be equal to C, isn't it? B should be equal to C, since A is there, which is equal already. But it does not happen like that. in indifference curve. Okay, you can observe here. That is the reason I have drawn the dotted lines. See here, this is the combination of x, this is the combination of y, and this is combination of x and y. So this is 9 here. Okay, and this is 7. This point is 7 and this point is 5. Now you should say me which is greater, either C is greater or B is greater. If we see very clearly, B is greater than C, isn't it? Then how can you say B is equal to C? We can't say, isn't it? So that is the main reason to show that we have drawn, what is that? We have drawn intersection here. Okay, so no particular activity takes place, no intersection takes place between the two indifference curves at any cost of time. If it happens, there will become a conflict. So this will never happen, B equal to C. So B is greater than C. Okay, though X commodity is same, the Y commodity has differed. So here this shows that this particular curve has higher indifference, isn't it? This is having higher indifference than this. So two particular curves will never intersect at any cost of time. Okay, so based on that the points are there. Now if we do that intersection, we can observe in figure. We have observed in figure, we have shown the intersection, what happens. As a point A and B lie on the same indifference curve IC1, as I said you, IC1, AC lie on the same. So that is what we say, that is what is the rule of IC curve says. All the points on the indifference curve gives the same level of satisfaction. Of course, A also gives same level of satisfaction, C also gives same level of satisfaction, since they lie on the same indifference curve, though there is a change in the consumption is there. So there is a purchase, there is a sacrifice, there is a purchase, there is a sacrifice, isn't it? It is happening. In the same thing happens for the one more indifference curve also. Since A and B are equal and they lie on the same indifference curve, gives the same level of satisfaction, but B and C never gives the same level of satisfaction. Okay, that is a point here. Same utilities they have written here. A is equal to 7, 10, B is equal to 9, 7 gives the same level of satisfaction since they lie on the same indifference curve. Similarly, at point A and C also lies on the same indifference curve, gives the same level of satisfaction. A and C will give the same level of satisfaction. And continuation of that we have, yes, as I said you, but the point B and C, okay, but from the point B and C we can observe that B point consumer gets greater level of satisfaction, isn't it? So mango is more there, 7 units of mango is taken place or consumed with the same level of banana. So consumer is better, he will opt B instead of C. Okay, that means he will go for the B, not for the C. So it is clear that intersecting indifference curves will lead to the conflict results. Okay, and it violates the rule of indifference curve. So indifference curve, what it says, both the indifference curves should not intersect, isn't it? That is the rule it says. If it intersects, it becomes conflict. That becomes a result. So it will never happen and it will not take place also. And higher the indifference curve gives higher level of satisfaction. Okay, so two indifference curves can never give the same level of satisfaction.